Welcome back, everyone. Another week, another set of Star Wars Unlimited pricing. We're going to talk about the prices in a slightly different context. We're, of course, going to still have the same numbers up there. So if you're just here to pause the video and look at the numbers, that's not going away. So I'm going to pop up the prices starting now, but I did get an interesting comment that I wanted to reply to because I'm sure there's a number of people who are of the same opinion or have the same sort of questions as this particular commenter. So on the previous Market Watch video, there was a comment indicating, and I'm paraphrasing here, hopefully they don't print too much. A lot of the card volume is not too great on TCG Player. Lorcana is selling better. Now, starting with the last part first, I don't think there was ever a reality in which Star Wars Unlimited would perform better than Lorcana. It just was not going to happen, and that is in no small part due to the fact that Disney is enormous. Putting aside that Star Wars is a Disney property, so it is by definition a subset of a larger whole, Disney is just plainly bigger than Star Wars. There were going to be enormous amounts of collectors, and there still are, that are driving up prices, and people just want the coolest Stitch thing. They just want whoever their favorite princess is or whatever. You have to go in with that, accepting that Star Wars is not as big as Disney as a whole. Just wasn't going to happen. As far as the printing goes, it really comes down to what is your goal for the game, either as a player, as the actual first party, or whatever. What are they trying to do? If you look at the cost of a given deck, like I played in a 1K over the weekend, and there'll be videos and interviews and deck breakdowns and things from that because I went 4-1. That's all coming. My deck is $125, according to SWDB, who's pulling all the prices from probably TCG Player and other locations. I didn't go through and calculate it. If you look at the KTOD Kira list, that deck, however, is encroaching on, at least at the time of this recording, about $500. We're talking USD here. And then somewhere in the middle is Sabine, which is creeping up on $300. Now, I personally look at these things from the context of, I started Star Wars today. I have experience in card games. I want to start playing. I want something that's competitive, and I'm looking at it from a competitive angle. So I don't want to just get my favorite characters. I don't want to play a deck centered around this funny scene in a movie or show. I want to play something, and I want an archetype. I want to play aggro. I want to play control. I want to do this. I want to do that. And these prices seem to kind of be in line with what you'd expect in other games. There's a range of prices for different archetypes depending on what you want to build, which I think is healthy. The real indicators are going to be attendance at events and whether stores are willing to continue to carry it. Because remember, anyone who's listening to this, watching videos, podcasts, streams, whatever, you are by definition the 1% of the population. You are not the primary audience. Casual players are the ones who sustain games because they're the ones who will just show up and buy a box. And I already hear people, because I used to have this mindset, oh, well, I buy a case. I buy 6,000 boxes, whatever. It doesn't matter because there's millions of people who are casual players that they will never set foot in your LGS. They're going to order online, or if they do, they're from one of the LGSs, they're going to walk in and they're going to walk out. They will never even sniff organized play. And there's way more of those people than you will ever understand. So as long as those people are helping to keep the game in, like keep it in people's minds, and it is interesting and fun for them, stores will continue to carry it, and therefore it will continue to help everyone else. So you have to be careful about the context for where we're looking at what the health of the game is or is not. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I've done a lot of videos on these sort of things in the context of other games. If you want to hear more elaboration on this, then I'd be more than happy to talk about it. Let me know in the comments, or if you want to hear about other things. I think Star Wars Unlimited, at least by us, is doing very well. Obviously, my scope is very limited. You could say, oh, well, the prices are going down, which they are, but that's not inherently a bad thing. Yes, there's some discussions to be had about the relationship of supply and demand there, but at the end of the day, as long as the cards aren't bottoming out and becoming literally worthless, it might be a little chicken littling. But just throwing it out there, like I said, let me know what your thoughts are. And until next time, as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time for more Random Thoughts.